Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the show. Today is Tuesday, the 18th of July, 2023, as I center my leaderboard. Would have been nice if I did that before I started. And welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. You know what's funny? I'm watching that intro, right? Great intro, by the way. Shout out to, the person who edited that and put that together. I believe they even composed the music themselves, which is really awesome. You would think, by watching that intro, you would think that, pixel fill, I guess that's what people call it, pixel fill, you would think that that was intentionally, made just for the intro of the show, right? That's green screen footage, no exaggeration, from 8 years ago, when I had moved out here. One of the things that I wanted to do was film different kinds of projects, because I had a big house to do it in now, as opposed to when I lived in Connecticut. I had this tiny little condo and didn't have a lot of space to film. And so I bought a ginormous green screen. I mean, huge. And sorry, I forgot the ghost. And I set it up in my garage, and it took out the entire length of my garage. No exaggeration. That's how long this thing was. And one day I was like, I just want to film in it. I didn't have good lighting or anything. It came with some lights to kind of mess around with. And I was like, I just want to mess around with this and do some generic green screen footage. I'm just going to do some random stuff in front of the green screen for the hell of it, just to see if I can ever do anything with it. I'm sure people on the internet are going to do silly stuff with this footage, so let me just make it. So I did, and then I put it up, on my channel, and over the years, of course, various people have used it for various different means. A lot of people have used it for malicious, stupid stuff, and a lot of people have used it for creative, interesting, positive stuff. And this is just one of those cases. But the way that that's edited, it totally looks like I did that in reaction to what was going on the screen, right? Even though back then I just said, what are some generic things I should do? Maybe I should go like this, put my fist out and then turn around and look at something that's coming at me and run away. And then it happens, that's the logo of the show, is coming after me. You see? It's pretty neat. I like how that was put together. I enjoy watching that every day. JJNS says, I heard it was used in a Japanese ad for noodles. That's the Homer Simpson joke. Very nice. The running Simpsons joke. All right. So welcome to the show, everyone. Today's going to be an interesting day. We got a couple of cool news stories to talk about. Nothing too crazy, but at the same time, some positive news in one regard, some interesting news in another. And I'd like to recap, how our day went yesterday, which went pretty darn good, if I do say so myself. I had a great time on both streams. Talk about what's going on today. But before we get to any of that, there's something that I would like to start kind of focusing on every day now. All right? Ladies and gents, we are about to hit my 15-year anniversary as a content creator and a YouTuber. If you can believe it, yes, I have now been actively making content for 15 years on YouTube. It started in the fall of 2008, when I put up my first gameplay video. Star Wars, The Force Unleashed Star Destroyer gameplay sucks. I still remember it to this day. I remember making the video, okay? And basically, it's been a wild ride, and we're going to have a big celebration of that over the month of August. August will be a celebration anniversary month. Now, technically, the anniversary is in September, but in September are when all giant new releases start hitting, including Starfield and Mortal Kombat 1. So once those are out, I want to focus on those, which is why August is going to be our big celebration month. Now, what I am going to do is make a public appeal to my viewers out there who have some talent, because many of you are very talented people, all right? I am looking for some new artwork and or animations and or anything related to my 15-year anniversary. For example, you may be watching this show on the stream and you see that pre-roll, slideshow, and we got a few cool pieces of art in there, but one of them says 14 years. Well, now we're hitting year 15. So it would be great to have some slides to add to that says, 15 years of DSP or whatever to celebrate. In addition, obviously, if we have some special animations over the month of August for contributions when they come in that are kind of anniversary animations or whatever, and I would say have at it with whatever you want to do. It could be just generic stuff that says happy 15 years. It could be the green screen stuff of me superimposed doing something. It could be, I don't know, you know what I mean? Anything is possible. An animation of a game that I've been playing recently, something like that. All right, so I am making a public appeal. You might say, well, why does Phil ask the public for it? Because I don't have the means to do it myself. I have zero editing skill. I don't even have software to do it, As I said, the whole success, my success on YouTube is an anomaly. Why? Because I don't have a production budget, because I don't have a team of people working behind me to make this channel work as a business. It's just me. I'm a one-man show. And it's been through you, the viewers, in the last 15 years. Your support, your talent, your never-ending, backing of me in multiple different ways, saying we like who you are, we like the content you put out, you're very different from other YouTubers, we appreciate that, and that's why we support you. It is greatly, 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 greatly appreciated that I get to still make a living doing what I truly love and have passion for. And I never had to sell out. I never had to change who I was, right? Today, I get to be truly me. Every piece of content I put out is my true opinions. It's not me kissing butt. It's not me shilling. It's just enjoying games, enjoying interactions with you guys because you support me and allow me to do that. So, that being said, once again, I am appealing to you to say, hey, got some extra time, got some talent. Let me know if you're interested. I would love to have a few pieces of new stuff added for the 15-year anniversary celebration that we'll be doing over August, because there will be several things we'll be doing over August. We're going to start talking about those very concretely very soon. I think we're going to, maybe once a week, we're going to do a special event. Each weekend, we'll do a special thing. One weekend's going to be the Project 7 retrospective. One weekend is going to be the full-on retrospective where you guys are going to nominate things that we're going to do in a marathon setting and watch back and react to. It's going to be a fun event for sure. It still says July 17th on the stream title, does it? Did I title it wrong? You're absolutely right. I titled it wrong. Someone also told me that, you see what I mean about this being a community thing, a community effort? You guys helped me out, so you're absolutely right. I fixed that. Thank you for that. Someone else had actually told me that on the schedule, it said that my day off says it's Wednesday, but it's Thursday. And you're absolutely right. I think I have the wrong day on the schedule, so I have to try to fix that tonight when I pump out the schedule. Anyway, thank you guys. Yeah, so if anyone would like to take a shot at it, thanks in advance. Let me know. Shoot me an email. We'll talk a little bit about if you have ideas of what you'd like to do. What I would say my main concern would be slides for the stream, or that could be used as promo art for the events over the course of August, okay? But also animations, because right now I still have a Diablo animation, and that's kind of outdated, let's be honest. I have a Zelda animation, that's pretty much outdated. I like them, though, so I'm going to keep them for a little bit longer, probably through July, but then we'll mix it up. Probably in August we'll change the animations again. And I have a Final Fantasy animation, but that's only going to last so long, you see? So, yeah, anything in regards to my anniversary would be great, and then I could actually use those throughout kind of the early fall as we get into the busier gaming season, okay? So, thank you very much, and let's see what you guys come up with. It'd be great to get some new stuff added to the streams, all right? All right, so folks, let's just jump right in. Let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday was a great streaming day, All right, what did we do yesterday? Well, first of all, fun podcast, chill podcast, and a lot of interaction, some good Q&A there. If you like the interaction, me answering questions of the viewers, that's really what yesterday's show was about. Give the podcast a look. It's archived on the channel. And then we jumped into Street Fighter 6, and I played with Blanca in ranked matches in an attempt to rank up my Blanca even further. Remember, it's kind of the quest to master rank now, right? And it was a 3-hour stream that I called the Blanca Brazilian Bash. I have no idea why I'm coming up with these names for them. It doesn't, they don't really mean anything, but I come up with these names. And it went really well, although admittedly, you know, I'm feeling the higher rank I get, all right, it's going to get tougher for me. And the reason I say that is it's becoming apparent who the upper echelon characters are in Street Fighter 6, the higher rank you play. There's characters that just have such fast, high priority normals that seem to stuff so much stuff. You know, a lot of my strategy with Blanca is mixing the opponent up so they don't know what's coming. Either I'm going to do a Blanca ball that hits them, or I do a Blanca ball that stops right in front of them, and now I have options. I can throw, or I can do a hit string. I try to hit string to hop all around the screen to reposition myself and fool them, and maybe do a dash cancel combo or a throw. And it's all about positioning and kind of, you know, a little bit of tricks. You know, every time that I hit them with Blanca, it's 3 or 4 options I could do at any time, and that's a good thing. The problem is, in my opinion, there's so many characters in this game that have fast normals that you can just mash out in a case where someone's attacking you, and it'll just stuff most of what they're doing. I don't like that. You know, in Capcom's history of fighting games, there have been a couple of fighting games where that's been a problem. The biggest one was actually Capcom versus SNK 1. This is a game that came out in the late 90s, and it was a huge a deal. Oh my god, a crossover between 2 major fighting game companies. You're going to have Street Fighter characters against Fatal, Fury, Art of Fighting, King of Fighters characters. This is so cool. But then when the game came out, people discovered that the jabs and the short kicks were the best moves in the game. They beat everything. So people would be trying to do jump roundhouse, jab beats it. Huh? Special move, jab beats it. Huh? So 90% of the gameplay became jump around, mashing jab or short and just doing a combo. Jab, 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 special move. Jab, 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 super. And the game sucked ass. Everyone hated it. Everyone, competitive players, casual players, everyone thought the game was terrible. When they came out with the sequel, they fixed it. They made it now that different normals had different priorities, as should be in a fighting game, not that just the mashing the lighted button beats everything, okay? But what I'm noticing is with Street Fighter 6, okay, definitely in these higher ranks, what people have figured out is, oh my god, my character has a really high priority normal, just spam it. And it's happening bad. You know, first of all, Ken, we all know Ken is the best character overall in the game, just on his build. I'm not saying that in tournament rankings he'll always win, but if you look at these characters on paper, like on a spreadsheet of their abilities, Ken is ridiculous, all right? He can just walk forward and be pressing medium punch, every once in a while a low medium kick, and jab, and it beats almost everything in the game. Like, why is it beating so much, stuffing so much? It's really stupid. You know, yesterday I was fighting a Ryu. Now, Ryu is not top tier in this game, but here I am, I'm Blanca. First game, I'm outplaying this guy. I'm fooling him. I'm mixing him up. He doesn't know what to do. And you can tell this is a guy, he's a 5-star Diamond Ryu. Doesn't have concept of how to play a fighting game. He has a pattern that he uses with Ryu. That's what he does. And if his pattern fails, he fails and he loses. But he's a 5-star Diamond Ryu. He's almost master ranking with this gameplay. Okay? The second game I play him, he just starts mashing jab and realizes that for some reason Ryu's jab beats all of my normals. I'm serious. I'm doing everything I can to set up Ryu. I'm trying to Blanca ball in front, land, do a combo. Go behind him, try to throw. Try to do a cross-up. Try to do a mix-up. Try to just do like standing medium punch from mid-screen. Jab. It beat it all. He wasn't timing the jab. He was just going jab, 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 jab. I'm like, huh? And I'm noticing things like that. And the thing is, at high level, when fighting games get dissected, you start seeing things like this. And it's like, is this going to be an issue now? Moving forward, when I get to high level, is everyone just going to play a mid-range keep-away game, every once in a while dash up and try a combo, and then jab, jab, jab for the rest of the round? If so, that's not good. That will actually make the game a way less fun to play at higher level. I don't want to see people just jabbing constantly. Good news is, when I've been watching high-level gameplay of Street Fighter 6, I haven't really seen it that much. I've seen it a little bit, but not that much. But I definitely experienced it yesterday. And what I'm seeing is it looks to me like certain characters like Blanca may have a skill cap. Meaning you make it to a point where you're playing Blanca and he's just not that good anymore. Because people have realized, oh, we can interrupt most of his strategies by just mashing jab. That's annoying, right? I can tell you right now, other characters, that's not going to happen. Anyone who has really good mid-screen high-priority normals, like any of the top 5 characters, you know, your Lukes, your Juries, your DJs, your Kens, that's not going to be an issue for them because their normals are just as good. But for someone like Blanca, if he's going to get stuffed by just dab, it's going to ruin the gameplay for him, you see? But in general, I had a really good session yesterday, all right? Won way more than I lost, which is good. We can review that now because I have the stats. So first of all, 46 wins, 33 losses in ranked, a 56% win-loss ratio. That's good, okay? And I actually went from Diamond 3-star up to Diamond 4-star, and I was making progress towards Diamond 5-star when I ran out of time, all right? So I was doing well, and I'm pleased that I was doing well. I'm still level. It's not like, oh, I hit a plateau, and now I can't do any better with Blanca. No, I'm continuously winning with Blanca, and every time I play, he's getting higher in rank. And so many people even said to me, well, when do you think you'll hit master level with Blanca? Well, the thing is, number one, I don't want to just play Blanca. As you know, I'm a variety guy. I want to play a variety of characters. I want to learn different matchups. I have fun playing with more than just one character. I could easily just sit here and every single time I play Street Fighter 6 play with Blanca. And then, no exaggeration, within the next week, I'd have a master level Blanca. Okay? Seriously. I know I would. But I'm not going to do that. Alright? So, instead, we're going to do variety. And when's the next time I'm playing Blanca? I honestly don't know. Maybe next week. You know, late next week. We'll see. Because we got to talk a little bit. Because there's a new character coming out next week. And there's an update to the game. That's a huge positive update. I can't wait to tell you about it. I'm very excited about this update that's coming on Monday of next week. Okay? So, with Blanca, I mean, I'm going to play him from time to time. Most people have agreed maybe use him at least once a week in a major way. And maybe within a couple of weeks, I'll be master. Right? The problem is, you know, I'm not going to just sit here and play him endlessly. Then people will get bored. I'll get bored. Right? So, any day when I play him again, I guarantee you I'll get... I think like maybe one more stream would get me close or at 5-star diamond, and then probably 2 more streams, and I would get him to master. Because there's actually a big gap between when you get to 5-star diamond. I want to say that's like 23,600 ranking points, but then to get to master, it's 25,000, which is more. It has always been 1,000 up to now, but now it's 1,500 points to get to the next tier. So it would take a little extra to get him up to master rank. But I'm telling you, the other thing is with Blanca, I definitely have matchups that I feel like I'm winning pretty consistently. Marisa, Zangief, excuse me. Marisa, Zangief. Ooh. To some extent, the JPs. Even Dalsim, I don't think I have that much of a hard time with. It's really the upper tier characters. Like those top 5 to 6 characters are the things I'm having the most problems with. Outside of that, the matchups aren't that tough for me. And I'm getting pretty easy wins. So, that's a good thing. Okay, it's definitely a good thing. And, I'm looking forward to more Blanca. So overall now, with Blanca, my win-loss record, 376 wins, 231 losses, a 62% win-loss record. And that's actually, overall right now, my best win-loss record, except for JP, who I only used on launch day and only played once. He's like 71%, but I never used him again. And totally, if I used him now, I know I wouldn't win with him. So that's kind of a fluke. Out of all the characters I've been playing long-term, Blanca has the best record. My overall stats right now in Street Fighter 6, 1,322 wins, 999 losses. I've almost earned my 1,000th loss, which I guess you can argue is also an accomplishment, right? 57% win rate. So it's still good. We're still easily in the clear there. I would really have to go on a huge string of losses to really not be in the black there. And I'm excited for more coming up. Hope you guys are too. All right, good stuff. Now, that was the daytime stream. The late stream last night was the continuation of Amnesia the Bunker, and I'm very pleased to report 2 things. Number 1, I made great progress in the game, and you know, now I'm not sure how long the game is. Okay, people are saying 6 hours. Well, I'm 4 hours in, and it seems like we're heading into the final area of the game, and that would be the end of the game. But knowing Amnesia games, I believe that there's going to be what they call a bait and switch. The whole point of Amnesia the Bunker is that you're stuck in an underground bunker in World War I with a monster that's trying to kill you. The goal is to get dynamite to blow the entrance up so you can leave, because the entrance was caved in. So you try to blow it up and try to leave. Okay? That seems to me like what the game's it's supposed to be, and we're heading into the arsenal now where the dynamite is. So you would think, oh, this is the end of the game. But I get the feeling it's not, because there's been this lore going on in the game that they found an underground Roman tunnel that had Roman architecture in it that seemed ancient, but also this weird glowing green goo. And when they saw the goo, they started to hallucinate, these soldiers, okay? And they also believe possibly that's where this creature came from, this crazy mutated creature that's trying to kill them all. So what is that? Because we haven't been there yet. So I almost get the feeling it's a bait and switch where it looks like, oh, you're going to get the dynamite and you're going to go to try to blow up and escape. Something's going to happen. You ain't going to escape. You're going to probably end up down there in those tunnels, and you're going to have to mess around down there for a while, right? That's what I'm thinking. You know, I know how these Amnesia games go. I've played, you know, all of them up to now, and I really got a feeling that there's going to be a trick there. So maybe the game's 6 hours because there's another hour in the arsenal, and then after that you end up underground in this other area, and that's the end of the game. I don't know. But we made great progress. We cleared multiple areas of the game last night. It was scary. It was fun. It was suspenseful. The audience was good, in good spirits as well. And yes, I am very happy to report, okay, there was good support on the stream last night. If you remember, my premiere stream of Amnesia the Bunker was the lowest supported stream of the year. I was concerned moving forward with the game would be more than that. No, it was the opposite. People came out, they were like, okay, let's support this game. We like that Phil's doing variety. And it was in every way, too. There was memberships, there were super chats, there were tips. Everything was good. So thank you to anyone who was there. Thanks to anyone who supported the stream. We'll be playing it again tomorrow, as I'll explain in the schedule, okay? All right. Jasper Cat. What's going on, Jasper Cat? Huh? What you doing? He's kneading my leg. He wants to explore. Don't mess with my bottle cap. He's going to mess with my bottle cap. Don't mess with the bottle cap. Come on. He always wants to mess with the bottle cap for my seltzer bottle. Now he's laying on my lap. What are you doing? Why are you laying on my lap? What? You never... He's a nut. You can't lay on my lap, you nut. I have to do a show. I know you want rubs. He wants rubs. But you can't have rubs all the time, Jasper Kitty. You can't. All right? What a crazy cat. All right. Anyway, anyway. So, that being said, great streaming day yesterday. Great progress in Street Fighter. Great progress in Amnesia. Great day overall. Had a great time. And let's say goodbye to Jasper Kitty. Bye, Jasper Kitty. He's purring. Let's put him down. And, no, you can't climb on my lap when I'm doing the show, you nut. Okay. So now let's continue on, all right? Today, he got me wet with his nose. Today, we're continuing on with Final Fantasy 16. We are in the midst of an exciting story segment. We're storming the base, and we're about to fight, what's his name, Kupka, in a crazy showdown. It seems like there's going to be a big boss fight between the icons. And then likely what's going to happen if this game's pacing stays the same as it's been up to now, there's going to be a big boring segment of a bunch of boring dialogue and filler content that literally adds nothing to the game. That's exactly what this game has done all along. Exciting story segment. Seems really interesting. Wow, it's an hour of great gameplay, story developments, combat. This is neat. Hey, let's bore you for 90 minutes now. And it's been doing that the entire game. So I almost guarantee you that's what's going to happen. And hopefully, what some people have actually told me last stream, all right, is that if I get through this earlier segment, you know, in a good time, we can get through the filler segment, and we can get to the next good story segment by the end of the stream, and maybe even get through it. If we do, that's great. I would love to do 2 major story developments on the stream today. That would be exceptional. I would be very happy to do that. But we have to see what the pacing is and what the story is. I don't know. You know, I'm not spoiling myself for anything. Well, I guess we'll find out today. All right. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. Hoping for the best. Hoping for great progress. Again, I'm sure the running meme of us falling asleep will continue. But hopefully there'll be enough action and interesting stuff to keep us all engaged as well. Okay? So there you go. Later tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, we are doing a weekly stream of Street Fighter 6 World Tour mode. This is the single-player mode in the game where you play as your own avatar that you created, and you go through an open-world setting, fighting enemies in the streets. finding new Street Fighters to become your trainers, learning their special moves, leveling your character up slowly over time, and completing a story. And there's also interesting side missions and things to do. We're actually about to start something exciting. We're about to do a tournament. And what people are saying is when you enter the tournament, it actually locks you into a plot for a little bit. We have to fight a series of opponents. I'm guessing maybe you're going to end up fighting some of the Street Fighter characters in this tournament as well. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But it seems like it should be pretty fun and interesting tonight on the late stream. So I hope you'll join me for Street Fighter 6 World Tour Mode on the late stream tonight. By the way, it's very chill fun. It's interactive because of the style. It is not online competitive play. We can talk, we can relax, we can have a lot of interaction. It's not like my typical Street Fighter 6 stream where I have to be so focused on the game. Instead, we can have a good late night chill stream tonight. I hope you'll join me for that. Okay? Cool. Then tomorrow, my final consecutive streaming day of the week, the daytime stream will be Street Fighter 6 Ranked Play. Now, I'm torn about who to use. I either want to use Lily or Zangief. Allow me to explain my reasoning here, all right? Just so you guys know, a new character is coming out in Street Fighter 6 next week on Monday, the 24th. It's Rashid. He's the first DLC character. I have him because I bought the more expensive version of the game, so I get all 4 of the first DLC characters already. I've already pre-purchased them, basically. Seems interesting. I definitely want to use him on launch day. We'll be doing his guide and everything. So that whole day will be about Rashid, okay? So that means I've got tomorrow and I got Friday where I'm not going to be using a new character because next week's new character is Rashid, all right? So that being said, I got to decide who do I want to use on tomorrow's stream. I'm not going to use Blanca. I just used him yesterday. And I used a lot of Luke on Friday, so I really want to play them. So that's what I'm thinking. Either Lily or Zangief are 2 other characters I really like in the game. I want to play more with them, get better with them. They're still in the platinum level, so it's not super try-hard difficulty to use them online. But I would definitely like to play more with them and see if I can rank them up further. Now, here's the thing. Zangief I haven't used in a while, a little over a week now, since the last time I played with him in ranked. And I feel like if I play with him in ranked, I do a little better. If I concentrate a little better, do better combos and things. I actually got some good advice from Game Tracker last time I used him about meter use and the like. And I could probably implement that to do better than the last time I did. Lily. I think my Lily actually has gotten better because I learned this really cool combo that's incredibly damaging from watching high-level people play with Lily. And I was playing with her last week on Wednesday, incidentally, and that's when the servers went down. So I used her for like 20 minutes, then I played the World Tour Mode for like an hour, and then I went back and used her for like another hour and 20 minutes. So I didn't even get 2 hours of Lily gameplay in last week. I felt like I was just getting into the groove, and then I ran out of time. And I'm like, man, that was very disappointing. So I'm thinking either Lily or Zangief I should use tomorrow, but I'm kind of on the fence and I don't know who to use. I would love your feedback today. Let me know who would you like to see me use tomorrow on the daytime stream. And based on your feedback, hopefully I'll formulate who I'm going to use, and I'll announce that tonight, either on the late stream or like the daily wrap in my schedule so people know who I'm using tomorrow if they're interested in that character. So it's going to be one of those two, either Lily or Zangief on tomorrow's daytime stream, and it will be a ranked session, okay? Tomorrow night, Wednesday night's late stream, will be the likely end game of Amnesia, the Bunker. I don't know if we'll beat it, because that really depends on how long the game really is and how far in I am, which I don't know. Because, no, Jasper, don't jump on me again. Come on. He's going to try to jump on me again. I don't know, because I don't know how long the game is. I don't spoil myself. Like I said, people have reported the game 6 hours long, but, you know, how have I done? Have I made good time? Have I been taking extra long? I don't know. You know, I don't really have the answers, so I'm not spoiling. So, I guess we'll see, tomorrow night how it goes. And if I beat it, I beat it. And if I not, well, then we could just do another stream of it later. And that's fine. Okay? I'm off from streaming on Thursday. I hope you guys have a great day. Feel free to catch up on all my content on Thursday when I'm not here. When I come back on Friday, it's Street Fighter Friday. But again, I'm not going to... Ow, Jasper, careful with your feet. I'm not going to be using a new character on Friday because the new character is going to be Monday with Rashid. So on Friday, maybe whoever I don't use on Wednesday, I'll use on Friday, right? Maybe I could split it. Maybe it could be like one stream is either Zangief or Lily, and the other stream is either Luke or Blanca. We could do that. We could split it up, right? I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet, but, basically I'm working on ranking up all these characters at this point and getting better with them, okay? Saturday, will be more Final Fantasy 16. Now, Saturday night, if I need another stream for Amnesia, we'll do it. If not, then Saturday night is free. We could do whatever we want. We could do a community night in Street Fighter 6. We could do a World Tour stream. We could do something new. Or we could go back to Elden Ring and bring Elden Ring back into the fold of the games that I'm playing. We have options. And I'm happy to do any of those options for you guys. It really depends on how things go, all right? So let's talk about it, right? Let's determine for ourselves what we want to do over the next few days. And, you know, again, it depends because I might need that stream to finish Amnesia regardless, in which case there's not many options. You know, we'll see. Sunday, all right, will be DSP versus the Internet, my weekly React show. And then Sunday night, again, it's a night stream that's kind of open. And then Monday is Rashid Day. So all day Monday, all right, July 24th, I'm playing the new character Rashid all day long. He'll be first stream and second stream. First stream, we'll go into his guide. We'll go into the combo trials. And we're going to try him online and see how he plays in the game. Right? Then, on the late stream, we'll probably continue with that. And here is some cool, a big announcement. It's one of the game news stories that I want to cover for you guys today. There is going to be a big content update for Street Fighter 6 this coming Monday, along with the release of Rashid. And the biggest update is the following. You ready? It's a new quality of life feature being added to Street Fighter 6. As of Monday, the 24th, with the Rashid update, after any cancelable normal attack, so any, normal punch or kick, simply press medium punch and medium kick together if you're in classic mode, classic controls mode, or press your drive parry button in modern mode to perform a drive rush cancel. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this thing in the game where if you do a move that's a cancelable move, so let's say you have a medium punch, and if it connects, or even if it doesn't connect, after that you can do another move or a fireball or whatever, it's a cancelable move. Well, if you have your drive meter and it's not empty, in the game when you do that, you can dash by double tapping forward. It interrupts your animation and turns into a green dash animation, and from there you can continue to attack and keep the offensive going. This is incredibly important for extended combos, but it's also important for keeping the pressure against enemies who maybe have blocked and thought that they were safe, but you can keep the pressure going. You can kind of mix them up and make them think you're going to do one thing, you do something else, right? So, the challenge up to this point in the last month and a half in Street Fighter 6 has been that basically you have to dash to do it. So you do the move, you have to press. So for example, I press the button, but then I have to go on the joystick. And it's not that hard, but I'll be honest, sometimes it's very difficult to do depending on what position you're in. Like let's say, for example, you're blocking down back. And you want to do a kick, but then you want to dash cancel. So you have to go down back, release down back, press the button, then dash. It's a lot of inputs. And a lot of the times, I accidentally don't get it, or I complain, man, I tried to dash cancel and I didn't get my dash cancel. I've said that a lot, right? So now they're changing it. You don't have to dash. It's the two medium buttons instead. And I've been saying all along, I said this, I think yesterday, man, it would be so much easier if dash canceling were a button input instead of a tap input. It really would help in a lot of situations where it's harder because you're trying to do it from a situation and the game will misread your input, thinking you're trying to do a different move. For example, with Chun-Li, this is actually a major problem with Chun-Li, where I wanted to walk forward and do medium punch, and then I wanted to dash cancel. So I'd go to do it, and then I would get the fireball instead, because the fireball is back forward punch. So you get your punch, but then when you try to do the dash cancel, it thinks you're doing a fireball. So instead of that now, it's a button input. That's way easier. I'm not even kidding you. This is going to make this game way easier to play, and it's going to make the combat more interesting with more people trying to do these dash cancel mix-ups than ever before. It's going to make my gameplay much easier, okay? And by the way, I've been calling it dash canceling all along because you have to input a dash to cancel. Guess what? It's not called dash cancel. It's called drive rush cancel. So now, since it's a button input, I'm going to probably start calling it the right thing. It's a drive rush cancel because you're using drive rush, which is the two medium buttons, to cancel out of a move. I can actually call it the right name now. So yeah, this should actually make it much better. For those who like the game, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't play the game, you don't know. It's negligible, but you're going to notice, even in my gameplay, I'm going to start implementing this. This is going to make Luke, oh my god, Luke's going to be so much easier to play now. Seriously. It's going to make it that you can walk neutral, be in the middle of the screen, throw out a move, and immediately just cancel without any kind of having to early tap or whatever. You can do it on reaction. It's going to make the game a higher level skill. It really is. So, I'm excited for this. So that Monday will all day be Rashid, and of course, trying out this new drive rush cancel input. Tuesday, Wednesday will be more variety. Tuesday, likely more Final Fantasy. And again, another variety late night stream, and we'll go from there. Okay? Now, keep in mind, we have a big event coming up by the end of this month. All right? It is on Saturday, July 29th, the Dark Side of Machinima event, where I'm going to be reacting to the Machinima documentary as created by June the King on his YouTube channel. In addition, I'm going to be doing all kinds of stuff regards to my own personal experiences with Machinima. I'm going to review all of my archived emails that I ever had with this company when they still existed. I was a partner with Machinima for over 6 years, and I have exclusive info and background stuff that I can add to this whole situation. I have swag and collectibles and things of Machinima that I can show you. We have all kinds of stuff that we can do during this special event, all right? So I certainly hope that you guys will join me for this very special event coming up on Saturday the 29th, all right? Please join me for that. It should be a good time. A long-form React event exclusively on my React channel, DSP React. Cool. Outside of that, August, great month coming up. August will have so much cool stuff that's anniversary style stuff, as I've already mentioned. A Project 7 retrospective event, a special tier maker event, a retrospective marathon where we look at clips from my 15 years and we react to them live, retro playthroughs. I'm thinking of doing a few classic games from my past, but also bringing back some games that I played at the early days of YouTube, like maybe Saints Row 2 or some of those other earlier games. And I'm actually strongly considering GTA 5 at this point. I feel like this is a good time to play it because GTA 6 is fully in development. It's been 10 freaking years since GTA 5 came out. Can you believe it's been 10 years since GTA 5 came out? I can't, but man, time flies. So it'll be maybe a great time to replay the story of the game, all right? You know, we'll see. But it should be a great month with good variety of stuff. Of course, Street Fighter 6 will continue, but we're going to have all these special themed holiday events based around my 10-year or 15-year anniversary event. I guess could you call it a holiday? More of a celebration than a holiday. But holidays pretty much are celebrations, are they not? I guess we can argue semantics or whatever, right? But anyway, so exciting stuff going on in August, and we'll talk more about that soon. All right, I think maybe like the last week of July we'll start to hash out dates for certain events, because obviously what I want to do is set it up so people can start doing things like nominate their favorite moments. What I'll probably do is a members exclusive thread where members of the channel will nominate their favorite retrospective moments, and I'll probably use that first as the guide to make the marathon, and then I'll probably have a general thread for non-members to submit stuff, but I'll go by the members thread first and try to make a big listing of things to watch, and then maybe go to the other thread, you see? So there you go. Will I ever play Dead Space again? I mean, we just did. Did we not? Did we not just play Dead Space Remake in January? Kind of a weird question. All right. That's what I got for today, guys. All right. What I'd like to do is do one other news story. Oh, two other news stories, by the way. And then, shout outs for contributions if we even have any. I think we have one. And then, do a little bit of Q&A, and then get started with Final Fantasy, all right? So the other news story we have today is a follow-up to one that I told you about yesterday. If you remember, I told you yesterday, Xbox Live Gold is being canceled. It's being changed into a new system called Game Pass Core, all right? Not to say that this is anything surprising. Game Pass has now been the new thing that Xbox has been using for years. But the thing is, it's very confusing. Just listen to this. Here's the new systems of subscription you can get if you have an Xbox console. Just listen to this. Game Pass Core. It's $10 a month. You get 25 plus games to play on demand, but no online multiplayer. What? No online No, excuse me. I got it confused already. No, I'm sorry. Completely strike that from memory. I completely goofed. I'm sorry. I said the wrong thing and I sound like an idiot. All right? Erase the last minute. All right. So here's the new tiers of the new Game Pass system starting in, I believe they said it was going to be like August or early September. You ready? Game Pass Core. $9.99 a month. 25 plus games available digitally to play. And online multiplayer. So essentially this is the equivalent to what Xbox Live Gold used to be. Difference being, with Xbox Live Gold, you used to get access to a ton of these games with gold. And now they're going to have a core grouping of games, like 25 to 30 games that you can get and have access to with this system. Okay? That's how it's going to work. There will no longer be a games with gold every month. That's being abolished. Now, here's something really weird. There's another tiered membership called Game Pass Console. So not Game Pass Core, Game Pass Console. This is $10.99 a month. So it's $1 more. You get access to hundreds of games. Hundreds. This is essentially the entire Game Pass library. All right? But you get no access to online multiplayer. So for $10 a month, get the multiplayer and get around 25 games. For $11 a month, get access to the whole Game Pass library, but no online multiplayer for any of those games. What? What? What is that? Is that confusing as shit? Yeah, it is. That's really confusing. What is that, right? Now, there is a PC exclusive Game Pass. The PC version of Game Pass is essentially the equivalent of Game Pass Console. What you get is it's $10 a month, all right? And you get hundreds of games. Now, you might say, well, what about the online play? You don't have to pay for online play on PC, ever. So you don't have to worry about paying for Xbox Live multiplayer access. There is none. You just play games online for free on PC. So $10 a month on PC, get the whole Game Pass catalog. All right? Now, Ultimate. This is what most people have now. This is what I have now. And this is what I'm going to continue to get. All right? Game Pass Ultimate. It means that you're going to have both the console and PC versions of Game Pass. So if you have a console or PC, you get access to the giant library of games. And you get the online multiplayer. So it's everything. It's all the Game Pass games plus the multiplayer. $16.99 a month. It used to be, I think it was $13.99 a month, so they increased the price by $3 a month. Okay? Is it a big deal? No. Is it an increase? Yes. Should it be noted that there's an increase? Yeah, it should be. It's only fair that we note that there is an increase in price. It's a negligible one, but still it's an increase. And, you know, consumers need to be aware they're going to be paying around $30 to $36, you know, more a year for the same service. Okay? Now, my question is this. How many people on planet Earth are going to want Game Pass Console where you get access to all the Game Pass catalog, but you don't want online multiplayer? Why would you're going to limit yourself severely, right, to get that one? Because you're not going to have any access to doing any of the online features of any game. So, for example, you wouldn't be able to play Diablo at all. Diablo 4, it's an online-only game. So if you bought Diablo 4 and you don't have Game Pass Core or Game Pass Ultimate, you can't play it. It would say, oh, no online connectivity. There's no offline mode for the game. Right? So it's going to become more and more required to have an online connection. Even if you're not playing a game in a competitive capacity or even a co-op capacity, most of these games are having this always online shit now. Right? So you kind of need the online connection no matter what. I'm really debating, like, what is the value of the $11 a month subscription? It doesn't seem like there is one. The only thing I could say is you absolutely know you will never, ever play a game online ever that has any online connectivity. Maybe you have kids who you're not going to let them play whatever they want anyway. You're going to restrict their access to certain games and only let them play certain ones. And you want them to have a big variety of games to play, but you don't want to have them online. I don't know. It's I don't know. The way I see it, there's too many levels. They should have Game Pass Core, and then they should have Game Pass Ultimate, and that's it. There's no need for the interim middle level. I think it's just going to confuse people, okay? But anyway, this is what's going on, coming up. So be aware of what's going to happen with these changes, and I believe that the price increase actually starts, I want to say, this week, right? I'm pretty sure. No, not this week. Excuse me. This month, I think, right? I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. We'll see what happens. And I'm going to keep Ultimate. Ultimate, I get a lot of value out of. I'm getting the online play for Street Fighter, right? I get game, for example, right now I'm literally playing Amnesia the Bunker. Didn't pay for it. It's part of that series. I'm about to get Starfield, right? that's going to be a big one for me on Game Pass. And I'm sure there's going to be a few more games on Game Pass moving forward over the fall. So I'm just going to keep my Ultimate subscription. Seems to be still one of the best values in gaming for me. Although it's waned, there's been some months I haven't taken advantage of it and didn't get much out of it. But I definitely think I'm going to keep my Ultimate. You know, on the flip side of that, I really don't think that PlayStation Premium service is really worth much. Every month, you know, we talk about the games that are being added and stuff. We kind of scratch our heads. You know, like, wow, Twisted Metal 1 and 2, and they're adding trophies to it. But is it a different game? No, it's the original PS1 games. So, okay. All right. That's all I got for game news today. So what I'd like to do now is do some shout-outs, and then we'll do a little bit of Q&A, and we'll go from there. So, on the YouTube side of things today, here's the weird thing. Shout out to Chris Hance, who became a channel member today. Thank you very much for your support, Chris. My leaderboard is telling me we had 2 new members today, but that's the only one I'm seeing. Meaning someone became a member this morning, but hasn't popped their membership notice yet. So because of that, it doesn't show up in my queue until they actually click it. I don't know who it is. But there is another member. They just didn't click it yet. So there you go. Can't say thanks till I know who you are, and you haven't done it yet. If you want to click that, and the pop-up happens, I will give you a shout-out, okay? Outside of that, we have a tip here, a $5 tip. From someone, I don't know who it is. It's a $5 tip. They say, my hair is thinning. Is there anything I can do? Normally, I would consult George Costanza, but he isn't available. I'm sure there's things you can do. I wouldn't know what they are. I personally have not done anything with my hair at all, which is funny because some people have been saying that they think I am. I'm not. I literally have not dyed my hair. I have not been taking any product for my hair. Here's the truth. Is that when I was younger, when I was a kid, all right, I had a full head of hair. That was nice, of course. Most kids do. But my parents always combed my hair with this weird part on the side here. So it was like a comb over that went this way with a part here. It looked really weird. I don't know where they thought that was a good hairdo. I mean, it's very old-fashioned. A lot of kids in school actually made fun of me for my hair and said, why is your hair so old-fashioned and stuff like that. So eventually when I got older, I said, I don't want this hair anymore. I just want to shave my head. I want to have a short hair. So I always did. Like, starting in high school, I started getting like a real short hairdo, like crew cut style, right? And I kept that all throughout the 2000s, through the days when I was a competitive Street Fighter player and all of that. I kept that same exact hairstyle. I kept it through my early days as a YouTuber. If you go watch my old videos on YouTube, you'll see me with the crew cut, right? And then what happened was, in 2010, I got laid off from my office job, and I decided I was going to try to do YouTube as a living. I didn't know if it was going to work. It was a huge gamble. You know, I never had intended to do it for work. I didn't know how much money I would be able to make doing it or whatever. All right? See, Jasper, he didn't know either. And I decided at that point, I kind of wanted to hit the reboot button on my life. I was like, if I'm going to go into business for myself and I'm going to be independent, I kind of want to change everything. And I said, I'm going to grow out my hair for the first time since I was in high school. So for the first time in a decade, okay? I grew my hair out in late 2010, early 2011. And admittedly, it looked weird and odd. A lot of people commented on it saying, wow, you look so different with the longer hair. At that time, I had no idea what to do with my hair. I didn't know if I should use product in it to make it like comb back and look slick. I didn't know if I should just let it go au naturel. You'll see if you watch my videos from back then, like 2011, you'll notice in different vlogs, my hair looks completely different depending on the vlog. Usually, if I was going to film a day, like let's say John Rambo was coming over, and we were going to do a day of filming, vlogging, like our Smart Guys wrestling show, and then we were going to do gameplay on camera, I would usually put product in my hair, like hair gel, and I would comb it back or slick it back or whatever, right? But after a while, what ended up happening was I started having a reaction to the hair gel. I have incredibly sensitive skin, and I started getting rashes on the top of my ears and on the back of my neck where the hair gel would be touching all day. And I was like, well, God, I can't do this now. You know, I can't have my ear cracking skin and yuck. It's disgusting. So eventually, after about a year or two of me using product in my hair, I completely stopped. Instead, I would just use a hairbrush and water, and literally in the morning, brush my hair back with a brush and water, and it would be slicked back. And that was the look I used that entire time. You know, we're talking like 2011, 2012, all the way through until a couple weeks ago. That was my hairstyle, all right? So now, I decided, when I did my stream of the Digital Summer Party 2 weeks ago, all right? I decided that I wanted to look a little different for the party. I wanted to kind of look like a summertime vibe. So I bought that cool, like, party-style Hawaiian shirt. And I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get up early in the morning. Because the thing is, sometimes I'll shower in the middle of the day. And then when I go on my night stream, my hair looks kind of puffed up. And people have commented, wow, your hair looks so different at night streams. Why? And I would explain, oh, this was a day when I showered between the streams and my hair just looks like this now. This is actually the natural look of my hair when it's not wet, when it's not brushed, when it's not greased. This is what it looks like. But you guys never saw it like this because I always was brushing it back or whatever, right? So I said, for this marathon, I will do my hair a little differently. I'll wash it right before the marathon. I'll wear a different shirt. So when I did that, people commented that it looked really good. They're like, wow, why don't you do that all the time? Like, dude, you've been doing this for 15 years, and you've always had this look of a t-shirt and a freaking slicked back hair, and we get it, but I mean, you look the same for 15 years. Why not mix it up? Why not do something a little different? You actually look better. A lot of people even commented you looked more your age. Now, that I don't understand. I don't think that there's looks that are associated with age of a person, but I can kind of get what people are saying. Instead of looking like the kid wearing a t-shirt or whatever, to me actually have a different kind of clothing on or whatever for the first time in years and years, looked a little different, right? I get it. I totally get it. So now what I've been doing for the last 2 weeks is every day I wash my hair before the stream. Some days I actually shower. Some days I just wash my hair right before the stream. So I have this hair all day. And as you know, I started this week, I started alternating the button-down shirts with these t-shirts. Okay? So now I look different. And that's funny because now people have started to say in the last week, Phil's having a midlife crisis. Phil is using hair product now, right? He must be using Rogaine or something, and he's regrowing his hair because his hair looks so different now. And, it's not a midlife crisis. I did something silly for a marathon. You guys liked it and said, why don't you keep doing it? Because we like it. And that's why I did it. If you guys had said to me, you look like a clown, don't do that ever again, I would have said, okay. And I never, but you guys actually commented that you liked the difference of how I was looking. I was like, all right. Then I'll maybe put a little bit of effort into it. I'll do a little bit of effort every day, look a little different. I still have a few shirts I haven't even worn on stream yet that you haven't seen yet. I'll probably wear one tomorrow because tomorrow is more ranked Street Fighter. Like I said, I'm going to kind of alternate. It'll be like a nice button-down shirt one day, t-shirt the next, and kind of alternate between the two for variety, so it's not the same stuff every day. But yeah, I like it. I like having my hair like this. It's refreshing. I'll be honest. My hair like this, it's cooling and refreshing. When I wet my hair and I brush it back, it actually bothers me. It becomes like, a dome of hair on my head. And for the summer, it doesn't feel comfortable. This feels way more comfortable, just having it natural, all right? But no, I'm not using any product in my hair. I'm not, regrowing my hair. This is all natural stuff. I don't dye my hair at all. I'm never going to. I don't think, even if it goes white, I don't really care. By the way, there's a lot of white hairs. You can't see them. There's a lot of white hairs in my head now. It's getting worse and worse. So I would say probably within the next year or two, you'll probably start noticing gray on the sides of my head. And then probably within the next 5 years, I would think most of my hair will probably start to go white, is what I think. I could be wrong. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen. So just prepare for it. Prepare for old man Phil on stream, raging a Street Fighter like a child when my moves don't come out and I get very frustrated. Because it's still going to happen. Okay? Phil the Gray, a powerful wizard. There you go. I'll have to buy a wizard hat and a big staff and a big pipe so we can smoke the hobbit weed together here live on stream. That sounds like good to me. Does Kat like it? She likes it. Yeah. She's she think the thing is with my wife, like, she likes me for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't care too much about, how can I say? Does she care about how I look? Of course she does, right? But at the same time, like, she just likes me for me, which is amazing to know that tomorrow, if I lose an arm, she won't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the kind of relationship we have. Like, she doesn't give a shit. Like, we just love each other and we want to be with each other forever. So that kind of stuff doesn't matter. It's not like, oh, today you look so good And now, oh, tomorrow, today you don't look so good, Phil. It's not like that. So, I mean, she's happy that I'm doing stuff to look different on streams. I would say look better. Personally, do I think I'd look better? I've told you guys this. I don't have much, I don't have a good, what's the word? I don't have a good picture in my head of who I am. You know what I'm saying? What is it? I can't remember the word for it. But basically, I don't have a positive self-image in my head. I think I'll always be ugly. I don't think there's anything I could possibly do to make myself attractive. Like, I've been like this my whole life. I have this face. I have this body. You know what I mean? Even if I lost weight, which I have, by the way. And now I'm down to around 200 pounds. I've lost a lot of weight. Have you guys noticed? Because that's the thing, is that you just see me sitting in a chair. Look, I swear to God, I'm not sucking my stomach in. Look, I lost all that weight. All that chubby weight I had around me is almost completely gone. I basically stopped eating bad, and I lost all of it. So that's great, And like I say, I've been going on walks and doing exercise and stuff. I lost a good amount of weight in the last year, and I've managed to keep it all. You know what I'm saying? And that's good. But in my mind, my own self-perception, my own self-worth, I don't think like I would ever be attractive. You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe it's because I've told you guys this. When I was younger, no one ever said that they thought I was good looking. So because of that, maybe I just have this weird messed up feeling in my head that I'm just never good looking no matter what I do. I will never think that I'm good looking. Even if people tell me I am, I actually feel the opposite. If you tell me, oh, wow, you look good today, I actually like, oh, that they're just, what's the word? They're just patronizing me. It's bullshit. They're just making that up, and I know that I'm ugly. I mean, it's serious. I know that sounds depressing, but that's just kind of this thing in my head, this stigma. Maybe it's part of that, part of my whole depression thing that was so bad for so long, is that I just don't have a feeling that I ever have been attractive. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, like, no matter what I do, I don't ever think that I'll be good looking. All right? I'll certainly never be conceited because I think I'm ugly. All right? So it doesn't matter what hair I have. It doesn't matter what I do with my weight. I think I'm always going to look like that. So to me, I don't really care. But if you guys say to me, hey, Phil, we thought you actually looked different and we liked how you look, I'll make those changes, I think it's fun. It's fun to do stuff that's a little different, right? Right? So that's cool. I'm down for that. I'll do my hair a little different every day. I'll wear some different shirts every once in a while, every other day or whatever. And no, but I'm not going to, that's the thing. I'm not going to dye my hair. I'm not going to pretend like I'm not aging. That is something that is a huge thing with humans, is like we want to pretend like we're not aging. And if you deny the fact that you're going to get older and you're going to pass away one day, that is horrible. You have to say you're getting older is a natural thing. Every human is a finite being. Every human is going to get older and pass away one day. That's fine. You don't have to be afraid of it. You don't have to be freaking out about it. You don't have to deny it. So if my hair gets white, it gets white. Look at my beard. The whole fucking thing is white. Look, the whole beard here. Look, all these hairs are gray or white. See them? They're all gray or white. Every one of them. Very few are even black anymore. I don't care. All right? I don't give a shit. So, there you go. All right, so anyway, thank you for the $5 tip, whoever that was. That was the most long-winded answer ever. Also, Genetics became a 7-month member and says, Phil's looking like a snack. Real talk, pimps. Okay, if you say so. If you say so. Guys, that's all I got to talk about today. So we have a little bit of extra time. If you guys would like to ask me some questions, if you want to tag me in the chat with some questions, I would be open to talk with you. We got a little extra. Unless you guys want to just jump right into Final Fantasy, that's up to you. But if you have a question for me, please tag me in the chat and let's talk. So let's see. So Jade says, can you play with Cammy or Jury on Friday? But my birthday is Thursday. I'm just asking. First of all, happy early birthday, Jade. I didn't know that Thursday was your birthday. Sadly, I'm not here on Thursday. But happy early birthday to you. I hope you have a good day. Maybe you have some fun stuff planned this year. That would be nice. Now, I'm not going to be using any new characters on Friday. And here, like I said, the reason why is because we're doing Rashid on Monday. We're already doing a whole new character on Monday, and I'm playing him all day. So I want to focus in on characters that I've already played with on Friday. So that way we're not doing 2 new characters in 1 week. We're not going crazy, okay? So, but hey, happy early birthday. I hope that you have a good one. Let us know all about it. Am I playing Pikmin 4? No, we've already discussed that. I'm not playing it. Stop hand is saying maybe go to the game early. All right, we'll see. Oh yeah. So Dylan says Baldur's Gate 3 is looking really good. Might you reconsider playing the game if enough fans want to see it? Likely no. Do you want to know why? Because the story is 100 hours long. It's that simple. If I were a streamer who focused on one game at a time, all right, who I could play one game for 2 months straight and no one would complain, I would play Baldur's Gate 3. But the fact that I'm a variety streamer, people want a variety of games, the fact that we know how many crazy new games are coming out in September, October, November, there is absolutely no way I can fit a 100 plus hour story-based RPG into there. It's just not going to work. Essentially, this would be the equivalent of Divinity Original Sin 2 while I'm also trying to play all the new releases of the fall. It would never work. All you would get is people complaining on both sides. Why are you not playing more of this game? You're not playing enough to make it interesting. Why are you playing that game when all these other more interesting games are out? You're wasting time. Play the other ones. All it's going to do is create problems. Especially, I know I just played 3 RPGs at the same time. It did not work. I know how these long playthroughs are. And I know for a fact, in my viewer base, the demand's going to be Starfield. People are absolutely going to want to see me play the new Bethesda RPG, play it at length, give my honest opinions on it. That's what people want. No one is going crazy asking me about what is my opinion on Baldur's Gate 3. I never played a Baldur's Gate game before. I have no knowledge of the lore, the gameplay mechanics, nothing. I'd be going in cold, as opposed to with Starfield. It's all those Bethesda mechanics in their newest IP. Everyone is interested in hearing my thoughts on that. Excuse me. So there you have it. By the way, there is an interesting discussion around Baldur's Gate 3. Apparently, people are saying it's going to be the best RPG of all time because it's going to have the most insane amount of content of any RPG ever made. And there's actual discussion now amongst game devs. Is it fair to judge other games off of Baldur's Gate 3 and say that all other RPGs should now live up to that standard? Because Baldur's Gate 3 apparently is a unique situation where this game dev was able to develop the game for over 6 years. They were given an insane budget. They were given multiple levels of betas and trials to test with the customer base before the game released. Like, basically, Baldur's Gate 3 is the incredible, perfect scenario for an RPG of this type. And what I mean by this type, I mean it really is a PC-centric game. Let's be honest here. Baldur's Gate 3 is meant for a PC audience. It plays in that style of PC gaming. I don't think this is going to be a major seller on consoles. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like this will be a insano, over-the-top smash hit on PC, and it probably won't do that well on console. That's my take. I could be wrong, but I think this is going to be one of the best-selling games of all time on PC, from what everyone's saying. All right? So what I'm saying is, there's this weird debate because there actually is people arguing about this. And some people are like, no, it's not fair. You shouldn't treat all future RPGs based off of Baldur's Gate 3 because that's not fair. Not every game developer is given 6 to 7 years to make a game. Not every game developer is given the budget, given the means, given all this opportunity to test and have run betas and things, early access. No one gets that. This is the unique case where this one developer got the perfect scenario, and it seems like they ran with it and have made an insanely good RPG for the books, for the history books. But that doesn't mean that every single game will always be like that, nor should anyone expect that. And then other game developers are like, you're out of your mind. It's a good thing Baldur's Gate 3 is coming out. It will make the industry be held to a higher standard, because now hopefully the game publishers will realize they can't just rush out a fucking RPG and people are going to buy it and play it. They actually need to put insane amounts of time, effort, and investment into it because the competition's gotten so fierce. So competition is a good thing, not a bad thing. Why would you ever say it's a bad thing to hold up one game and compare it to another? That doesn't make sense. So there's this big contentious argument going on among the PC RPG community. It's weird because I felt like I should be part of it, but I'm not because I don't play PC games. So to me, it's kind of like going right over my head. I don't even know. I never played a Baldur's Gate game before. I don't even know. I think some people said it's similar to like Divinity. I don't know. But it's kind of like, you know. Dabhand says, you can't say Baldur's Gate's better than Final Fantasy 16 as an example because they're different types of RPGs. Huh. You're welcome, Jay. He says, thanks for saying happy birthday early. Mem says, what about GTA 6? It's in development since 2014, has $1 billion budget. Hey, it better be good, right? It better be good. If it really has been in development for a decade, which I don't believe at all. I really don't believe that. They've been making GTA Online for for the last, how many years, and they just started major development on GTA 6 probably like 2 years ago. So I don't believe them at all that they've been working on this for 10 years. That's horse shit, We know they've been doing GTA Online stuff. But anyway, that's amazing. Imagine if this game comes out. It's got the biggest scope of any game ever, insane graphics, cool narrative. It lasts 100 hours. Imagine a 100-hour GTA game, right? Imagine that. I guess we'll see. I have some shout-outs to do. I got a $2.45 tip from Leafy Pesto. It says, I'm excited to see your Starfield playthrough. Did you see Exoprimal is also on Game Pass? Were you thinking of trying that or no? Have a great day. We already talked about that, and the answer is no, and here's why. It's just a team-based looter shooter, and it's a lot of repetition. It's actually a lot based on scoring and performance with your team over time. It's definitely not, it has a narrative, but a lot of people are saying, yeah, that's really not the focus. The game is very repetitive. It's meant to be one of these grindy online games. It's the summertime game you play with your friends, and you team up for a month or so online. It gives you something to do. It's not a game anyone's really going to remember for the long haul or anything like that. It's exactly what it looked like to me. It did. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be all along, and by all reports, that's exactly what the game has become, so it's not like people are disappointed. It's what it looked like anyway. But would that fit into my style? No. I don't do team-based, gameplay like that. I certainly don't do looter shooters. It probably wouldn't fit in at all into my style of content and stuff, so it's kind of not really a big deal, or kind of not a thought for me. Okay? I received another $5 tip from Canadian Kirk. How come a video game that I want costs $70 at the PlayStation Store, but then I can buy it somewhere for $15 on a physical disc? Shouldn't the physical copy cost more? It's a very interesting factoid that you're saying here, and here is the rub when it comes to that. All right? The question is, who are you buying the game from, and who dictates the prices, correct? So let me give you an example here. A couple years ago, people wanted me to play Divinity Original Sin 2. And if you remember, digitally, the game was a full price. I think it was like $60, wasn't it? Or maybe it was like $40, but it was expensive. I found it online. I think it was for $10 on a disc. Okay? And you might say, I don't get that. Why on earth would the digital rights to the game be way more expensive than the disc rights to the game? There's a couple factors that come into play. Factor number one, all right, the popularity of the game, the amount of copies of the game out there, and the seller and the situation the seller is in. So allow me to give you an example. Let's say, for example, a game has a lot of copies that are put out there, and, the game's now several years old. Well, that's physical inventory sitting on a shelf somewhere owned by a third-party reseller, all right? So, for example, let's say your local Walmart has a bunch of copies of, I'm trying to think what's a recent game that would be cheaper to buy on a disc than digitally, right? Elden Ring, maybe? I'm trying to think of a game like maybe about a year old, right? And there might be a lot of copies still in stores, but digitally it's still expensive, something like that, I would think. Let's just say Elden Ring, okay? Let's say digitally Elden Ring is still $40, but why does Walmart have it for $15, right? Why can you buy the disc for $15? There's a good reason. Because Walmart is the third-party reseller. They bought that game in bulk over a year ago with the expectations of selling it and getting it off the shelf. If it's still sitting on that shelf a year and a half later, unsold, that is actually cost for them to have to house and store that item, to have shelf space, to advertise, to show they have the item in stock, and to actually have to physically move the item. That's cost for them every month. So to have that disc physically in their store costs them money, and they want them out of there. They want that disc out of there to make room for the new games that are going to sell better. So to them, even though maybe they spent a lot of money on the game a year and a half ago, this game is costing them more money every month to have. They want to get rid of it. So they slash the price to get rid of it. You see what I mean? Same thing like Amazon. Amazon all the time has shit cheaper than other places, especially like, movies. That's a big one. Physical disc movie versus digital. A lot of the times to buy a movie digitally, it's $20, $30, and you can get the disc for $7. Why? Because it's physical inventory that needs to move so that they can clear space for the next inventory. They want to get it out of there, right? So that's the difference. Digital marketplace, the storage and distribution of a digital file is absolutely infinitesimal It's nothing. It's fractions upon fractions upon fractions of a cent, as opposed to actually physically having to move that disc and it's the cost of shipping and all that. They want to get those discs out of there, so they reduce the price. You see? That's number one. Number two, digital rights are a little different than buying a disc, although not really. When you buy a disc, you're basically getting the same exact agreement as you're getting when you have the digital rights to a game. Sadly, some of these marketplaces don't see it that way. I've argued this over the years, that they should be the same, or even why wouldn't the digital version be cheaper? You're not getting a physical disc. You're not getting a physical box. You're not getting the physical things that should rack the price up more. But it's just interesting that the business model, right, is so different physical to digital. Digital, they just, it could just be there listed infinitely. No big deal for no cost. While the physical disc is a cost, they want to get rid of it, so they just say, get it out of here. Liquidate the item, right? So I'm with you. If you think of it from a logical, upfront, base level perspective, the disc should be more expensive than the digital. But for some odd reason, it's not a lot of the times. Maybe it's convenience. Maybe it's just they think they can make more money because digitally it's in your face. That's another thing too. So right now, if I wanted to play Elden Ring, I didn't have it. I can get it instantly over the internet, download it, and play it within an hour. Or I have to order it from somewhere, have to have them package it, ship it to my house, and that's going to take several days. Will you pay for the convenience if you wanted to play the game right now? You probably would, right? You want to wait several days to get the game for a few bucks cheaper. That's another factor. Okay, continuing on. Anso Kumaru to the dollar says Baldur's Gate will not sell that well. You don't think so? I thought it would, from all the hype that I'm seeing. And here's the thing. That hype is absolutely outside of my hype bubble, right? Like, I'm not someone into PC gaming and this style of RPG at all. But from what I'm seeing, this discourse I'm seeing out there, it seems like there's a significant amount of gamers who are very excited for this. PC-centric gamers are going wild for it. Like, they're believing this is the game of the decade that they've been waiting for all along, and it's finally coming to fruition. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff I've been seeing on social media. Maybe I'm seeing over-exaggerations. People seem really excited to me. Okay. So in order to sell a ridiculous amount of copies, you need the normie dollar. Normies don't buy Baldur's Gate 3. It probably will make a big impact on the Western RPG market, though. It'll have little to no impact on JRPGs or indies. Having a zillion hours of content is worthless if you're not into the world. Like how you're not that into Final Fantasy 16, so you seem to find the side content and pacing dull, but I love the world and lore, so it's interesting to me. More isn't better unless you're really invested. So are you trying to actually prove what I've been saying all along, my points about Final Fantasy 16? Are you actually trying to, like, back up my points now all of a sudden? I don't know. Anyway, no, I agree. I'm trying to see a big picture. As I get older, I try to see everything from a more big picture perspective. So when I'm looking big picture, like, I didn't even hear about Baldur's Gate 3 until like a month ago. I didn't even know this game existed. And then I started seeing some news stories on it. I started hearing you guys talk about it. And that's how I knew that it was coming out, and you guys told me more about it, and then I started doing a little research, and then I started seeing it in the social media feed, and I started seeing this discourse coming up about people saying it's the best RPG of all time, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy, because it's totally outside of my realm of like, social interaction. Like, no one really in my circles of gaming would talk about this game, but man, it seems huge outside of that. And, what I'm understanding now is that there's so much outside of what I'm interested in. There's so many esports leagues and things I don't give two fucks about, but they're giant. They're profitable. They have huge fan bases, right? So I'm trying to get more big picture perspective on things. And this is a game that, for me, is not in my wheelhouse of something that I would be interested in, nor do I think that my viewers would like it. That's why I'm really not interested in it. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be an amazing draw-dropping game, right? Like, it probably will be. So, Arkham, thank you for telling me, Arkham. Arkham got his membership back last night, and he popped his membership, re-membership up this morning, and basically said he's not going to be around as much. Recently, he says, I won't be able to be here for every stream. I'm a little busy. That's good. And by the way, I want to give a shout out to Arkham. He's been making some cool YouTube shorts for the channel. The last two that you've seen here on the channel are from Arkham, and he actually made a couple more that I'm spacing out. I don't want to do too many shorts in a short period of time, but they're pretty cool because the shorts he's been doing are retro shorts of older stuff, and it kind of is cool because it's feeding into the whole 15-year anniversary coming up. So there'll be a couple more YouTube shorts coming up. Probably over the next week, I'll probably upload the next two to the channel, okay? But thanks for watching the ones that have come out. I hope you guys enjoyed them. Okay. Carliga says, digital-wise, publishers are paying for an upkeep to host the games or the storefronts for it. Instead, there is infrastructure cost, although for first-party games, they should be way cheaper. That's interesting. That's very interesting. It's kind of like when a game company pays to have their game featured on a store shelf or an end cap. So you're saying they're actually paying to have their game digitally on the storefront. Man, business is complicated, isn't it? It certainly is. It's all marketing stuff right there, man. And that's all cost. That's all, you know, cost of doing business. That's you know, infrastructure cost, you know. All right. Okay, I'm trying to see what else we want to talk about. Daddy is saying, listen to this. GameStop is now using DoorDash and Uber to deliver physical games within minutes. Good for folks without high-speed internet. Really? And I'm assuming it would be the same cost as, like, food delivery, right? So for, like, $5 to $7, that's average, you know, tip that those services usually try to tell you to do. They always suggest. You know what it is? It's based on distance. So if you're ordering, like, from a restaurant that's right around the corner, they'll be like, oh, give a very low tip. If it's, like, mid-range, they'll be like, give, like, $7 or something. If it's, like, long-range, they'll be like, you gotta give 10 or more bucks, right? So I guess depending on how far the store is from you, you pay a few extra bucks and they'll deliver it to you. But isn't that inflating the price of the game? I don't know. It's interesting to know, though. Carlton Jr. says Baldur's Gate 3 is pretty much just Divinity 3. So I know for a fact you wouldn't like it. Listen to me. I want to say something. I didn't dislike Divinity 2. I thought it was a fine game. As I explained, that's the kind of game you have to be completely invested in the world. And essentially, if that's the only game you're playing for an extended period of time, you can absolutely be immersed in it and love it. That wasn't what I was doing. You know me, I balance things out, right? So because of that, I didn't really enjoy it as much as others. I felt the combat was very arduous, right? Very arduous and long-winded, you know? So that's why I didn't really get into it at all. Okay. Let's see here. Average Hyena Enjoyer, thanks for the message, and thanks for the super chat. But it seems like you're trying to get me to say duty streams because you think I'm stupid. Well, guess what? Just because you spell it differently doesn't mean that I'm dumb. I mean, you're a complete idiot. What a dumbass. I mean, really, you got to be slow to think that I was going to not know that that's what you wanted me to say. He spelled it differently, like I wasn't going to notice that that's what it was. Yes, I said it because it's not a big deal to say it. It's another thing, he's just an idiot. Okay. Carliga says the UK and the Netherlands have legally banned loot boxes. Do you think they should ban Battle Pass, which are introducing a fear of missing out in most of us, which is exploitative? Here's the difference. With a loot box, you literally don't know what you're getting. You have a chance to get something you want, but you're not guaranteed. It's gambling. Therefore, that's why they're saying gambling should be regulated or outlawed in games, correct? But if you're doing a Battle Pass or a Season Pass, you know what you're getting. You're guaranteed to get this content at this period of time, and you're paying for that on demand, you know, not on demand. You're paying for that, you know, delivery at that future date or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So For me, no. I think that battle passes and season passes are fine as long as it's clearly defined what the content is that you're going to receive over that period of time. All right? If they fool you and they say, we're going to do this, and then it's ambiguous, and then you end up not getting value for what you paid for, that's different. But as long as these season or battle passes are clearly declared content and you get it at the time period that they've promised, then that's fine, in my opinion. Mem, you're an idiot. I don't have 2 cats. This is Jasper and Jasper alone. We only have 1 cat. As much as you'd like to believe in idiotic conspiracy theories, I don't have 2 cats. Lady Charisma says, those games are like... What happened? Those games are like playing a D&D campaign, not a stream, 1 or 2 times a week game. You'll be playing it till 2024. No, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you play Divinity 1 or 2, if you play a Baldur's Gate, if you immerse yourself in that world and that's your game for a while, I think it would be amazing, right? I mean, you get into the lore. Every time you play, you get cool developments with each character. You're getting awesome combat and everything. It's fine. But when you're trying to balance that, it's too slow. That was my problem with Divinity 2. I played, 60 hours into it? And I played it for like months, and I felt like I barely made progress. And people were like, yeah, you're barely halfway through. And I was like, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Like, how long is this game? I'm getting bored of it because it takes so long to get through because I'm not just solely focused on it. You see? Goldfish says, Baldur's Gate 3 would be even worse for you. There's actual dice rolls for major decisions. Fun for us, but I knew that you would hate it. Wow. The Blimp, I agree. Amnesia was really great last night. I had a good time on the stream. The update with Elden Ring is that it's coming. It's probably coming back in August, right? Like I said, once we beat Amnesia, we basically have freedom to do whatever we want on the night streams. So we'll see. Do we want to bring back Elden Ring then? Do we want to do something different? We can talk about it and decide. Average Hyena Enjoyer did another super chat. Says, you got me. I like horror games and when you're playing with viewers in your content. All right. There you go. See, that was a nice super chat. And it didn't involve some idiotic detractor. There you go. You know, it was actually a mentally sound comment with some support, and I appreciate that. All right, Jade, he says he's just going to talk to chat today. He's not too interested. Well, no, you like Final Fantasy, don't you? You'll watch the game, right? I'm sure. You like Torgal and everything, yeah. 2 days till your Independence Day, Juan. That's cool. Carliga says, with Battle Pass, you pay for access to items that you need to spend time unlocking or you're not getting them. It's predatory on your time as a sunken cost fallacy. Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying specifically these Battle Passes where you invest into them, right? And then you also need to play to earn the items even though you technically paid for the pass anyway. Fair enough. I'll give you that. That is a little weird. If you bought the Battle Pass, why aren't you just getting the items? Why do you have to play to earn them, right? What I can say is this, at least with Street Fighter 6, the way they're doing it is unique. So you have to use battle coins or whatever it is, fighter coins, but then you earn them back when you complete the pass. So you're not actually spending them. You spend them to unlock it, but then once you unlock it, you get the coins back by the end. So at least then it's kind of a cycle that makes sense. It's not like you're spending. Carlton Jr. said, my problem with Battle Pass is timing. I'd rather have items permanently obtainable, but random chance to get them than getting 30 days to get the items you want or you forget about it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I get that. What's up, X-Shooter? Good to see ya. CJ says, what's your favorite GTA game? You know, my answer has changed over the years. First, it was Vice City, right? Then, first it was GTA 4. Then it was Vice City. You know, then when I replayed that collection, I would definitely say that San Andreas is the best experience out of all of them, right? I don't know. I think I would like to replay 5 again before I make a choice. I will say Atmosphere, Vice City. It's the 1980s. 1980s with that music vibe. It's a party vibe. You got that Scarface theme going on, right? Definitely Vice City has the cool vibe going on for it. But outside of that, when you're talking gameplay elements and everything, definitely San Andreas is the best of the original trilogy. And then, you know, the modern ones are good. I really liked being in New York City, even though they don't call it that, Liberty City. I really liked GTA 4 because it felt like you were in New York City, which I had gone to many times in my lifetime up to that point, and to actually have a game that interactive with parts of New York City in it. I was like, I feel like I'm in virtual New York. This is so cool. I really liked that. So, but we'll see. You know, maybe I'll play GTA 5 next month. We'll see what happens. By the way, GTA 5 is on Game Pass. We could play it as soon as you guys want. If we finish Amnesia on Wednesday and you were like, hey, start GTA 5, I'll do it. I'll start GTA 5 this freaking week on late streams. I'm down for that. That's up to you guys, though. I want to see what you guys want, okay? Beast Bod did a super chat, says, will you do a Street Fighter game tier list? Game tier list? That would be interesting. Like, actually ranking the Street Fighter games. Maybe. Maybe we will someday. Maybe that's something we could do in August for my my anniversary, right? That could be fun. And I received a tip. A $6.66 tip. Rainbow loaf. What in the hell does that mean? Rainbow loaf? I'm not sure what that is. Thanks for the tip, though. And let's see what they have to say. Let's get them on the leaderboard, first of all. Maybe I don't want to know what a rainbow loaf is. Maybe some things are left best unknown and unspoken, right? I don't know. It doesn't sound too good. But anyway, Rainbow Loaf says, hey, Phil, I was thinking for your next community night, maybe you could do a thing where your audience will choose who you play each round. Sounds like a fun idea. Let me know what you think. Yeah, we could do polls. I mean, the thing is, we would have to have them stick for a little bit. Because, you know, the polls take a little bit to set up and for people to vote. So maybe what we could do is, like, I'll choose a character, and I use that character for, say, like 3 to 4 straight sets. And then people will be voting constantly for the next character that I use. So we could do several polls. We could do that, maybe. That would be kind of neat. You know, right now the characters I'm comfortable with would be, let's see. Blanca, Luke, Zangief, Lily, Ryu, Honda, Marisa. Anyone else? Oh, and Dalcine. I probably say those are the 8 characters that I like to variate between right now. That might change in the future when I play with more. But for now, those are the 8 that I like to kind of mess and dabble with. So. Arkham, we did shout out your membership renew, and I read your message. Yes, absolutely. No, I've never ridden on a giraffe. I don't even know anywhere where you're allowed to ride on a giraffe. If I tried to ride a giraffe at my local zoo, I'd probably be shot. Jex Gaming says, I'm down for you to play GTA 5. By the way, with GameStop delivering through places like DoorDash, there's no extra fees. I did it a couple times. I didn't have to spend money on anything. That doesn't make sense. The way that those services work, the delivery people get paid based on the fee that you pay for it. So, for example, let's say I'm going to order food from a local restaurant, okay? I pay for the order through the app. The money goes to the restaurant. A cut of that money goes to the app company. And then you have to select the tip you want to pay the delivery person. That tip is the money the delivery person gets for the delivery, plus they get a small flat rate fee. If you don't pay them a tip, they're getting paid like $1. So why on earth would anyone deliver something for $1? That doesn't make sense. Someone's paying them. It's not free. Someone's paying them for sure. Jade says he would love to see GTA 5. Cool. Carlton Jr. says, I predict Rashida and Akuma will be gods in Street Fighter 6. It makes me sick. It makes me sick. GameStop pays the DoorDash order. You end up paying more to GameStop for the game. So there you go. You are paying for it. You may not be paying directly to the delivery service, but you are paying extra. Jasper Kitty. Hello. Did you hear him? Hi, Jasper. Jasper Cat. Jasper Kitty. He won't talk now. Did you hear him? He did a little meow. Did you hear it? He did a little one. A little itty bitty one. I wanted him to meow. I know you guys love it. He's such a cool cat. Jasper Kitty. Ah. He rubbed me. Oh, you nut. Here he comes again. Here he comes. Oh, Jasper. Oh, Jasper. He's such a good kitty. You're a good kitty. Oh no, which Jasper is this? Ah, I fooled you. This is my 3rd cat. I have Jasper, Jasper, and Jasper. 3 cats. Yikes. Like Stephen Urkel and Stefan. So this is Jasper. Oh my god. The Tale of Two Jaspers. All right. All right, guys. I think we're going to end the show. We went long. Let's end the show. And let's get set up here for Final Fantasy. Some nice chill fun. Thanks to those who chilled. Thanks for the question. Thanks for the support. Appreciate that as always. Hopefully we get a good stream here today. Good progress. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you'll support the channel. The memberships have actually been on a good roll recently. I'd like to keep that rolling with memberships. We can try to build the channel back up by the end of the month. That'd be great. Thanks in advance for anything. And, all right, guys. Thank you so very much for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed. And, as always, happy summer. Hope you're enjoying the vibes here. Hope to get some cool art, maybe, from viewers to celebrate my anniversary coming up. That certainly would be neat. And thank you all. See you tomorrow. Peace out.